Welcome back to the garage office, where we talk about any and everything. So normally when I do these things, I actually will I'll ad lib. Like I make my notes. It actually literally takes me days to put these together. And then I'll write it out, make my notes, and then sit here and ad lib. This podcast is actually on reputation. And turns out it's a tough one, actually. So, because it seems like when you're following things on social media, especially when it's relational, nobody seems to care about reputation anymore. Oh, okay, I'll make a correction. A lot don't seem to think about reputation. They just don't seem like they care. But that's a big deal. I know I can take deeper dives into this later. So what I want to do for this podcast, it's a little bit different. I'm just going to read straight what I wrote. And then later on, I can go back and do something a little bit different, but if I need to. But I just want to go ahead and just read it to you. So, reputation. Everybody has a reputation. Not the one on social media, not the one at work, the one that exists in the minds of the people who know you best. Your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, your kids, your closest friends, family. The question isn't whether you have one or not, because you do. The question is, what have your actions taught them to expect? If you say you're leaving work at 5, do they expect you at 5? Let's say, or not, it wouldn't be at 5. If you're leaving at 5, say it's a 10-minute drive or a 20-minute drive. Do they expect you to be there at 5:20 or thereabouts within a reasonable time frame? If you say you'll call, do they expect the phone to ring? If you say nothing happened, do they believe you? That's reputation. Not what people say about you, what they've learned to expect from you. Reputation is the accumulated expectation by your repeated actions. It's simply this. Who have your repeated actions taught other people that you are? Think about it. Reputation is the accumulated expectation created by your repeated actions. It's not PR. It's not popularity. It's simply this. Who have your repeated choices taught other people that you are? Integrity builds one kind of reputation over time. Repeated compromise builds a different one. Neither happens all at once. They're built the same way, one small choice at a time, until the people closest to you have learned exactly what to expect. And here's a connection to hypervigilance, because we're kind of tying all of these together, right? Here's a connection to hypervigilance. It's not just a reaction to one betrayal. It's the nervous system responding to an established reputation, a pattern the body has learned. This person's words require verification. The scanning, the checking, the inability to relax, that's not paranoia. That's the body accurately reading someone's track record. So how do you rebuild a reputation once it's broken? You make repairs. You remove the problem. Actually remove it, not manage it. And for a while, you have to be a little extra. not performing, because trust that was broken doesn't come back on old terms. It comes back with evidence. That's not unfair. That's just what a reputation is. The sum of what you've actually done, not what you're promised to do differently this time. Who have your repeated choices taught the people closest to you who you really are? So, I'll just put my own thoughts on it real quick. Yeah, that is actually what a reputation is. The people who know you, what they actually think of you based off of repeated actions. We literally just did the podcast on integrity and what builds character, because character can be built one of two ways. I don't I go back to when I was a kid. So I grew up in the 70s and the 80s. And something I heard this a lot from my grandparents. A lot from my grandparents was protect your reputation. I was a kid. I didn't really know what that meant. When my own kids were growing up, I would do my best to teach them about reputation, protecting their reputation. And then when I look at the stuff that's going online, it seems like reputation, protecting your reputation, has kind of gotten out of style. Sit with that for a minute. Honestly, sit with that. Thanks for watching.